Not in my town, you don't. Route 66, America's Main Street, has served us well since 1926. Now in its 80th year, this highway has come to mean many things to many people. For some, it's a road of motion and flight. It's living art. It's a great family vacation. It's the ultimate travel experience. I also came to realize just how important motor vehicles are to the highway. Not just cars, but buses and trucks and bikes of all sorts, both those with and without motors. We salute all of those magnificent cars that have cruised on Route 66 over the years, the people from all walks of life who have driven them, and of course, the interesting places and businesses along the way that have made this the most famous highway in the world. Fasten your seatbelts.
I've always loved, I say, hot cars, high-performance cars. I started out with a 67 Camaro Rally Sport when I was 17 years old that I bought with my newspaper Bowie money, and went from there. I've always had somewhat high-performance cars, but this was the cat's meow. It had everything I wanted.
The history of this is that my daddy bought this in 1950 in September, paid $2,214 for it, and I was with him when he bought it. And I lost my dad 2 years ago, and I promised him I would keep it in condition and restored, and this is my legacy to my dad.
Well, they always have been an upper-end car. You know, Cadillac, Buick, even back then, they were a little fancier, a little more reliable than like the Model Ts or the Model A Fords. So they've proven themselves.
Hot rods and Route 66. They were just about synonymous in the 1950s. No honest-to-goodness, red-blooded American teenager would dare take to the highway without first souping up his dad's old hand-me-down Ford. Hot rods still can be found on the Mother Road, and many of these flashy cars began their transformation from humdrum to supersled with Bozo Cordova, an automotive genius in Santa Rosa, New Mexico.
I started way back when I was about 6 years old. I started building the little model cars, and that's where I learned every piece of a car, you know, from chop to channel them, and you know, I glue them, and if I mess up, I just take it and start again. And then at 13, I started building the real cars, not building them, but you know, working on them. And the first one I did was a 49 Ford. I was kind of a shade tree mechanic, you know, I did it behind the house. I haven't stopped ever since. You know, I just went crazy with it. And it was a thrill when you took that car down the road and you know that even though you didn't build all the parts, but you kind of put it together. And it was a real amazing thing to do. And then I said, you know what? I said, told the wife, I'm gonna build me one to drive, to resemble the one on the pole. So that's when I got this 30 Model A chop. I went and I ordered me a rolling chassis, 32, and I had to modify the body and the bottom to fit because they were made for 32, not 30 Model A. So I had to make all that to get the body set where I wanted it. Then I wanted it to look like a 32 to match the frame. So that's when I put a 32 shell on it, and you know, I took the sun visor off and flattened it to make it look like a 32. See, everybody puts their exhaust coming straight down the frame, you know, and enclose the hood. And I didn't want that. I wanted to show my motor. I wanted to show my exhaust system on it, you know, so I did it different, just to be different.
The Mother Road is well known for producing its share of colorful and interesting characters. Two of the best examples can be found in far western Oklahoma. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present Harley and Annabelle Russell.
Well, we want to welcome you to Eric, Oklahoma, the redneck capital of the world. My goodness, you're standing outside the world-class, world-famous Sand Hills Curiosity Shop. Can you believe it? My name's Harley, this is my wife Annabelle, and goodness sakes, we're the mediocre music makers. And you know what, I hate to tell you this, but we're stupider than we look. So you're really in for a big surprise today. Well, this is the oldest brick building here in town. This is where we entertain groups of folks from all over the planet Earth, and a few from right here in the United States. Can you believe it? My gosh, you know, things are getting awful old and tired out here. That sun's awful hot today. We're going to show you right on in here to the world-class famous Route 66 Sand Hills Curiosity Shop. Let's go see if there's anything going on in there, guys.